Hey, maybe I'll see you around.
You never know. Just down the hall. He just wanna hang the door.
Well, that's our show, and this has been an exciting week. Remember, Monday is National Heroes Day, so we'll start fresh on Tuesday with another lineup of amazing shows. For now, it's see you later, but join us on Tuesday right here on the ZNS Network at 6 p.m. Have a great and safe holiday weekend.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. The Office of the Prime Minister giving an assessment of the Northern Bahamas following Hurricane Milton. Also, administrators in the North reporting minimal damage. And the GBPC reporting only 10% of customers experiencing power outages due to the storm.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition start now.
Drainage clearing was a real help to allowing the flood waters to recede very quickly.
An all-clear given for Grand Bahama, Bimini, and Abaco following tropical storm impacts from Hurricane Milton. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Doing a press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister, officials from the Disaster Risk Management Authority confirming no significant damage to any of the islands. Here's tonight's top story.
There were no significant reports of damage.
Speaking at the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing, Aaron Sargent, Managing Director of the Disaster Risk Management Authority, says that communication was established with administrators in the North by 9 a.m. Thursday. He says Family Island administrators did not report any substantial damage. However, there were reports of power outages.
In Sweetingski, there was a loss of electricity and water supply. BPL and water and sewage crews will provide an update on the restoration.
Additionally, Abaco has also reported a loss of electricity.
Moores Island has lost communications and electricity. Utility companies have been appraised and will provide an update on restoration. The shelter in Abaco Central Pines, Abaco Primary School is fully activated and open.
Earlier this week, concerns over blocked drains in West Grand Bahama were swiftly addressed by the Ministry of Works on Tuesday, October 8th. Crews were dispatched to clear the drains ahead of the tropical storm to prevent flooding, which was successfully mitigated.
From our latest reports from the administrator out of West End, that drainage clearing was a real help to allowing the flood waters to recede very quickly. So they were pretty pleased with that.
In other news, a senior Met officer is providing insights while continuing to advise caution. In response to the ongoing situation, shelters remain activated to ensure safety. Raven Davis reports.
Earlier this week, concerns mounted about a direct hit by Hurricane Milton. But today, residents of the Northern Bahamas are breathing a sigh of relief, with the storm now weakened to a Category 1. Senior Met officer at the Bahamas Department of Meteorology, Trinard Tyne, says conditions are expected to improve on some islands tonight.
When we talk about Grand Bahama, we're looking at Bimini, West Grand Bahama, Central Grand Bahama should see improvement. A good improvement over that time period. We should be outside of tropical storm conditions at that time. However, we're looking at Abaco, East Grand Bahama, and Abaco's Keys will still feel some tropical storm effects.
But he says the Met Department is not giving the all-clear just yet, as storms impact each island differently.
Tropical storm conditions will continue for East Grand Bahama, Abaco, and the Keys. We're still going to keep our eye on it. until we get to the all clear status. That when we give all clear, that means the system is not going to be affecting no parts of the Bahama Islands.
And that is why Family Island Administrator Kenwood Cartwright confirms that shelters will remain open. 4 shelters have been activated, including 8 Morrock Gym, Morrismore Primary School, St. George's, and a special needs shelter, accommodating some 11 individuals who he says checked in overnight.
We had additional check-ins this morning as well, about 7 or 8 persons. We've also had the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force making their rounds throughout the communities from west to east, also checking in with the EOC.
He adds that the relevant stakeholders stationed at the Emergency Operations Center responded to several calls, and while the island fared well, they remain vigilant.
We did get one report of a downline in West Grand Bahama in the area of the old T. Smith gas station. That was called into the Grand Bahama Power Company, who was addressing that issue at this time. There were persons calling in for general information, so luckily we had representatives from all the emergency support functions there, so we were able to assist those residents.
Hurricane Milton moved into the Atlantic on Thursday, and the senior Met officer says the system is expected to further downgrade to a tropical storm as it moves eastward. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks so much, Raven. Now, once again, the all clear has been given for Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. Well, Grand Bahama was battered by powerful wind and rain overnight while raging seas crashed onto the island's shores. But while under a tropical storm warning, the island and Bimini avoided the fate of Florida. Cleopatra Murphy has the latest on how the communities fared as Hurricane Milton churned in the Atlantic.
Hurricane Milton unleashed deadly destruction in Florida, making landfall with 120-mile-per-hour winds, unleashing tornadoes. At least 9 people are confirmed dead. More than 18 inches of rain fell in St. Petersburg, but overnight, the West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency fared relatively well.
There didn't have no flood and nothing, just breezy. Yeah, but when I ride out, I ain't see no water or nothing, so I ride all the way to 8 Mile Rock and come back. Little water was there, and I was surprised to see in Martintown it wasn't no water because the representative was up there yesterday cleaning the drain and stuff. Yeah, it was beautiful. Everybody, just a lot of wind blow, a little bit of rain, but everything was okay.
Aside from power outages and some street flooding, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini Kingsley Smith, who did early morning rounds, says there was no structural damage or other major issues.
And only when I got into Sunset Village area up to Hebron Town, you had some debris on the road from the seas, right? But it has been cleared now, and so it is possible. We still have standing water from the rain squalls from about a few days ago.
Grand Bahama shelters opened at 7 p.m. Wednesday night, and Chief Welfare Officer Rochelle Minnis says things went smoothly.
We had our first shelter check-in around 7:45, 8, and as of this morning, we would have checked in 6 persons, 3 adult male, 2 adult female, and a female child. Last report, everything is okay at the shelter. They would have been given breakfast, and we are just waiting for the all clear to evacuate the shelter.
Smith says Bimini also fared relatively well, but at some point, communication was lost.
My understanding is BTC and Alive are down, and so those who had Starlink in Bimini was able to get Wi-Fi access, and that's how I was able to contact some of the residents. Although administrator Arthur, she has a satellite phone, and she would have called me from the satellite phone.
While the storm was largely uneventful for Grand Bahama, he says had there been a need to act, teams and heavy equipment were in place, ready and willing to respond. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
While the effects of Hurricane Milton could be felt throughout the extreme northwest, Bahamas residents were on high alert during the tropical storm warning, leading to shelters being activated, specifically on Bimini and Abaco. Family Island Administrator for Central Abaco, Keefe-Ann Ferguson, was pleased to announce there was no huge influx of residents needing shelter, and residents fared pretty well.
During the night, the wind picked up a bit. We had some intermittent rain. And we have some sun now. The skies were overcast earlier. We activated our shelter, one of the largest shelters here in Central Abaco. That's at the Central Abaco Primary School. That was activated on Tuesday. And last night we had 12 residents who registered. They left voluntarily. By 9 a.m. this morning, only 2 persons had remained. But there was no report of incidents or damages. Residents took it seriously and fared pretty well.
Meanwhile, Family Island Administrator Deidre Fox and Aaron Sargent of the Disaster Risk Management also reporting minimal damage on Bimini and the Berry Islands.
Everything is okay. We did open the shelter and we have the ambulance parked there in the event of an incident. But all in all, we are pretty good right now. With the high winds and rough seas, there won't be any mail boat. So the residents are making use of whatever's in the stores presently.
We have since been able to be in contact with the administrator, Mr. Arthur, through the use of a sat phone. We are waiting for further updates from her, but there seems to be reports of minimal damage as well.
Well, as Grand Bahama is experiencing the outer bounds of Hurricane Milton, the Grand Bahama Power Company says that less than 10% of their customers are experiencing outages. The power company is working diligently to restore power in the affected areas, address downed poles, wires, and other issues as safely and quickly as possible.
And still to come.
When we come back, rising sea levels and extreme weather events jeopardizing vast areas of land. Hear one environmentalist's take on the impact of climate change.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
On down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
It's KB and Friends live in concert at the Grand Lacaille Ballroom Sunday, October 13th. Gates open at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 8 p.m. Tickets are $60 in advance, $80 at the door. Sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry for Grand Bahama, and Extreme Auto. Don't miss the 25% National Heroes Day sale at Park & Shop, excluding underwear and red tag items this October 11th and 12th.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
At Bootleg, we have lots of things to offer, including Bahamian-made chocolate ingredients. We also have ice cream sandwiches. We have a lot of our top seller chocolates, which includes Bahama Sea Salt and Toffee. We have a gold pepper caramel. We also have that in ice cream sandwiches. We have the Gully Wash. We have guava duff. Numerous things to offer. We also do have hot real chocolate. All of our items are made on premises in our factory. If you're not sure where we're located, we are located on Port Lacaille Marketplace by the marina. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Saturdays and Sundays, we're open until 3. Our phone contact is 373-6303. You can also find us on social media, Instagram at Bootleg Chocolates. We're also on Facebook at Bootleg Chocolates.
We're #1 team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Images released by the Office of the Prime Minister last week highlighted the imminent threat climate change poses to small island development states, including the Bahamas, with rising sea levels and extreme weather events jeopardizing vast areas of land. As communities confront the grim reality of potential submersion, environmentalists are advocating for immediate action to safeguard these vulnerable regions. Raven Davis reports.
Startling imagery released by the Office of the Prime Minister showing portions of Grand Bahama and Abaco in red ink, signifying areas that could be submerged underwater by 2050 due to climate change. Environmentalists have long argued that this is a hot-button issue, the image raising an urgent question.
When will we really begin to implement saving our country?
Daxon says the evidence is compelling, citing Hurricane Dorian as a wake-up call that exposed vulnerabilities in the eastern areas of Grand Bahama and around Dover Sound.
We've been recording data for the past 10 years of how our beaches have been eroding over time. What that means is that we have natural disasters happening, and you'll notice there's a slope of the beach. This slope of the beach is now being affected by intensifying hurricanes and natural disasters happening.
Restoration projects, sustainable development, and infrastructure upgrades are crucial to protecting these islands.
We are a flat nation, so that puts us at a greater risk for flooding. Without these barriers to protect the island, that is one of the main concerns that we have. So with the mangrove restoration effort, that's why we started trying to build back that, help that natural ecosystem help itself.
And it's not just an environmental concern, it's a threat to the very existence of communities that have thrived for generations. As waters rise, families risk losing their homes and their livelihoods.
We have a lot of persons who depend on fishing as a way of life. And if we have these rising sea levels with no mangroves per se, then we don't have any fish to grow.
As the government pushes for climate action, with Prime Minister Davis calling on the international community to be accountable for damage to vulnerable regions, Daxon says the time to act is now.
So we can move away from fossil fuels and try to consider banning offshore drilling within the Bahamas.
According to the United Nations Development Program, climate change is expected to submerge a significant portion of land in small island developing states, including the Bahamas, British Virgin Islands, and Turks and Caicos, underscoring the urgent need for immediate action. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. While following Hurricane Dorian, many groups have been committed to studying the impact of climate change on vulnerable regions around the world. Recently, a freelance photographer was on the island, helping one international agency determine the way forward to assisting Grand Bahama in that regard. Shane Stubbs reports.
I think when this report comes out, the data and the human stories will make a clearer path for what's next.
Meet freelance photographer and filmmaker Jamie K. Gershin. She's actively working on a piece that will help the Global Center for Climate Mobility's research on regions at risk of climate change. And it's no secret the Bahamas is vulnerable to volatile storms. Along with data reports, she's telling the stories of those who have endured major storms of the past and what they're doing to adapt to these new realities. She's found that home is home for Grand Bahamians and commenced a number of ongoing preservation projects that trend toward the protection of where we reside.
Conch preservation and restoration, and coral preservation, and mangrove growing, all seem really important for making Grand Bahama a safe place to live.
Gershin believes those stories, along with the research report conducted here recently, will prove valuable for the United Nations and other organizations on how they can provide solutions that would benefit generations to come.
Something interesting I've heard while I've been here is people define their lives by the storms that happened around certain moments in their life. You know, that happened before Francis, that happened after Dorian. In a place that is kind of used to facing storms, global organizations want to make sure that the education and resources around those storms can help satisfy the need.
Tales from the Resilience Center, residents, and life for businesses since Hurricane Dorian provided a pretty broad scope for Gershin, according to environmentalist Gail Woon. Now, she herself remains hopeful that this will provide a better understanding of how the country can safeguard itself through climate change.
We met a lot of people who said, oh, they felt like climate change Hurricane Dorian was a one-off, like it won't happen for another 100 years. Then we met other people who said they think it's going to be more frequent than that, like maybe every couple of years. So that's two different sides of the same coin. And so whatever it is, we need to be prepared.
The GCCM was established in 2021 and continues to enable communities to anticipate, plan, and design responses for climate mobility. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Don't go away, there's more news right after this break.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Sometimes you want pizza vibe without the whole dang pie. Now, there's a new way to get the bold flavors of pizza whenever and wherever you want. You just got to try Pizza Hut's new melt in buffalo chicken, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, and chicken bacon wrap for just $6.99 with that. Pizza Hut's new melts are cheesy, crispy, and loaded. Call us at 352-9191 to satisfy your pizza vibe cravings.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RE-NU.
City of Freeport Council is here to remind you that preparedness saves lives. We know the importance of being prepared. Stay updated on the latest weather forecasts and advisories.
Secure your home. Reinforce doors and windows. Trim trees and branches around your property. Protect your home to minimize damages later.
Stay informed. Keep a battery-powered radio or smartphone with emergency alerts enabled.
We're all in this together. Let's ensure that everybody is safe and prepared.
Let's stand together. This hurricane season, prepared and resilient. Your City of Freeport Council is committed to keeping you safe.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Well, if you've experienced their performances in the past, then you're in for a treat. The Bahamas National Youth Choir will host a special concert this coming Saturday, October 12th at Pro Cathedral of Christ the King. The choir will perform twice with 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. shows, while the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture will host its Youth Awards that same day. Vestry Treasurer Mildred Stewart and Officer in Charge for the Northern Bahamas, Norris Bain, have high expectations for what the National Youth Choir has in store.
If you've ever seen them perform, every time when they're on TV,
once I see it on, I can't stop watching. They're just exciting. When they start to perform, they will be performing for the entire time.
We're looking forward to it, and we're so happy that Reverend Hepburn and the family at the St. Jude's Anglican Parish is able to accommodate us, and we're able to work together. Even though we might have had a little clash, we figured that this is bigger than all of us. We need to work together. And so it was a good lesson for all of us to learn.
Proceeds from the performances will go towards special projects at St. Jude's Anglican Church. The choir was formed in 1983, have sung in 24 different languages, and garnered international acclaim and won 2 gold medals at the 2012 World Choir Games. Reverend Marie Roach Hepburn is eternally grateful to the choir for lending their voices to a worthy cause.
The Bahamas National Youth Choir is world-renowned. They've given performances at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., the Grand Hall of the Moscow Conservatory. They've also played at the Poly Theater in China and Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris and St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. And so we are so thrilled that they've actually chosen Little St. Jude to perform for us.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Derek Stubbs.
And I'm Cindy Russell. ZNS 810 AM presents
Grand Bahama. Get ready for the event of the year. Experience a live recording of one of the Bahamas' leading gospel ensembles, Shabbat, on stage with some of gospel's greats, along with the Grand Bahama gospel community. Sunday, National Heroes Day weekend, October 13th, 7 p.m., Jubilee Cathedral, East Settlers Way. It's a free event. Don't miss an experience of a lifetime.
But it doesn't stop there. You can be a part of the largest music workshop and coming together of the island's best in creative arts. Register today by scanning here or get an application from your local church. The Grand Bahama Music Workshop begins Wednesday, October 9th at 7 p.m. nightly through Friday the 11th. Sessions for choir members, praise teams, dancers, musicians, sound technicians, and media operators. The nightly sessions followed by a mass choir rehearsal to record special songs at Shabbat's live recording.
Hey there, welcome back to Health Bites. If you're over 50 and you're trying to live to 100 plus, you need these 4 supplements. Beet powder is great for energy and endurance, great for blood flow, and it's even great for your immune system. Turmeric is great to help reduce joint pain, it helps improve brain health, and it also helps to reduce inflammation. Omega-3s also help with brain health, heart health, and they can even help to improve your cholesterol. Black seed oil helps to boost immunity, helps to lower blood pressure, blood sugar, and it helps with overall health and wellness. If you're interested in any of the products in this video or you just want some more information, stop by your nearest Fitness Connection location or shop online at shopfitnessconnection.com.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
For us here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a look at our newsroom in Nassau. The Bahamas Tonight is coming your way next.
Trey Shaw, you might have heard of me. I'm a food critic. Ooh, that's good. Got 1 million followers. 1 million people can't be wrong.
Tatiana.
Can I stay for a while?
You lost?
I ain't lost. I know where my seat is.
How about you go find it?
Drunk.
Oh my God. Why are you being weird?
What are the odds that I see you again?
Mark, that's right. This is my brother Dre. Have we met before?
I think we can take him, big bro. Man,
Nothing much. Suddenly my phone lit up. 1 million followers. Yet you're sitting here alone.
Not anymore. Hey, maybe I'll see you around.
You never know. I could just down the hall. He just wanna hang the top.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Makush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the life of a school-aged boy snuffed out, the latest victim of a troubling trend here in the country. Tune in for the details and what a noted psychiatrist has to say about it. Also, the Consumer Protection Commission flexes its muscles and issues a warning to local shopping companies amid a rise in complaints. And minimal impact reported post-Hurricane Milton's tropical storm conditions on the northern Bahamas. Find out the disaster risk management agency's next move. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A parent's worst nightmare: realized their child rushed to hospital where efforts to save his life unsuccessful. What happened and what officials have to say in the face of growing concerns about suicide is in this report from our Devontae Anna.
Well, Makushla, it's being called a tragedy as police made the discovery of a young boy, just 8 years old, being found in his home, hanging from a window, a security bar, tied by the neck with a belt. It's a very shocking discovery that happened today. He later died here at hospital. Now, police say that the older sibling of that 8-year-old boy was the one that made the call. They said that EMS authorities came to the scene, did all that they could to try and revive that young boy, but of course that was in vain as he later died here this afternoon. Now, the Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Michael Dovell, commenting on this sad occurrence, he said that the Davis administration is prioritizing preventing suicides across the Bahamas. Take a look at what he said.
Suicide is a real issue in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Minister Dovell's comments come as a New Providence family grieved the death of an 8-year-old boy who earlier today was found hanging from a security bar with a belt around his neck at a home on St. Albans Drive. Police classifying it an alleged suicide. The details surrounding the incident, though, still sketchy. Thursday's tragedy, the latest in a recent string of attempted suicides, follows the passing of mental health legislation that Minister Dovell says he's hopeful can erase the stigma surrounding mental health.
And to be able to identify a lot of the cardinal signs of individuals suffering from chronic depression or signs of any other mental illness.
Consultant psychiatrist Dr. John Dillett believes the implementation of social media has played a big role in the disintegration of mental health, especially among children.
When you're having a conversation with someone one-on-one, you can tell if they're smiling or if they're angry. You can tell if that comment offended the other person or not. You can tell whether or not they are interested by them leaning forward or having some non-verbal type of communication with you. With communicating by text and WhatsApp, etc., you lose that. So you tend to lose the normal nuances of human communication, and that leads to disconnection or lack of connectivity.
In 24 hours, the Ministry of Health and Wellness will graduate 41 mental health trained nurses to be placed in local clinics across the country.
And with these new mental health nurses being placed in the community facilities, we will be in a better job for counseling and to be able to identify a lot of the cardinal signs of individuals suffering from chronic depression or signs of any other mental illness.
Now, of course, police are still looking at this, as I mentioned earlier, as an alleged suicide, but investigations into the how and the why this all happened are still ongoing. This now brings to light a shocking new trend of suicides here in the Bahamas, one that we've been concerned about for quite some time. But, of course, counselors, psychiatrists, parents are very emotional about what transpired here today in the Bahamas. Again, this 8-year-old boy, his life was now taken away by him. He was allegedly committed suicide and died here at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And the details into this is something that we will continue to follow as the story develops. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Devontae. The Ministry of Education, meantime, expressing immense sadness and condolences following the sudden death of T.G. Glover Professional Development Research student Mariano Sherry. The ministry in a release sharing that the third grader was an intelligent, high-spirited youngster who loved reading and learning. His prospects of success, the release added, were indeed promising. In other news tonight, those tropical storm conditions born out of Hurricane Milton, short-lived in the northern Bahamas. Just hours after mobilizing teams and stressing the urgency of preparation and precaution, officials this afternoon gave the all clear.
It is now safe to move about your communities. Our team has been in constant communication with all Family Island administrators on the affected islands, and there are no reports of injury or significant damage. Effective immediately, the National Emergency Disaster Operations Center here in New Providence and all Family Island Incident Command Centers are deactivated. The drains in West End, Grand Bahama have been cleared. Electricity and water have been restored in Sweetings Key and East Grand Bahama. Earlier in our response, administrators in Abaco and Grand Bahama required tarps, and these have been delivered. The runway in Fresh Creek, Andros, has been cleared.
Minister of State with responsibility for disaster risk management, the Honorable Leon Lundy, will lead a DRM team for debriefing exercises in the affected islands.
While we are confident that the damage has been minimal, it's important to conduct these reviews to capture lessons learned and ensure the safety and well-being of everyone involved. We owe it to our people to stay proactive and responsive in the days to come. What we've seen throughout this event is a powerful example of what can truly be achieved when we all work together. The collaboration and coordination between teams, from administrators to emergency personnel, demonstrate the strength of our disaster management systems. This storm reminds us that we can act together with speed and precision. We can mitigate the worst impacts of any disaster.
Well, Hurricane Milton didn't exactly leave the Bahamas unscathed. According to Atlantis' Executive Vice President of Administration and Strategic Initiatives, Vaughn Roberts, the Paradise Island property saw a sharp decline in bookings as tourists canceled their stays to avoid the storm.
September was actually really slow for us compared to September of last year. And then with the hurricane now, we've seen a significant amount of cancellations this week. Again, people are booking within a short window, and because of the storm traveling, there's been some cancellations, and it's impacted our business.
Well, in related news, there's money to go around, and lots of it, and all of it's for the private sector, particularly those businesses tackling climate-related changes. The fund, facilitated through the Inter-American Development Bank, gives access to some $500 million. As Director of the Climate Change and Environmental Advisory Unit, Rochelle Newbold explained during this morning's Office of the Prime Minister briefing, it's a 5-year project.
Your project proposals can span anywhere from 1 to 2 years to the full 5-year rollout. We are looking for big projects that'll have large impacts. We're talking about $500 million, okay? So we want people to think big in terms of their project proposals that they're going to submit, keeping in mind that we are not alone in this $500 bid.
The offering, a competitive one, as companies in Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, Belize, and the Dominican Republic are also vying.
You will have to meet certain criteria. We intend to host a virtual online consultative process the week of October 28, and you would need to respond to let us know to send you the invite by sending us an email at cceau@bahamas.gov.bs. Once we receive your email, you will receive an invite with the link to be able to participate in the virtual online consultative process.
Coming up, the Senate's new member sworn in. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
KFC is giving you more to love with our KFC Bucket Meals with large size. Get the KFC Family Bucket featuring 8 pieces of juicy chicken, family fries, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4. A KFC Deluxe Bucket with 10 pieces of delicious chicken, 2 larger sides, and 4 biscuits that feeds 4 to 6. Or a KFC Party Bucket with 15 pieces of our chicken, 3 larger sides, and 6 biscuits that feeds 6. And we'll handle the dishes, plates, and utensils included, so you can lick your fingers and reach. KFC knows value, and it's finger licking good.
With BGC's crystal clear mobile service, stay connected seamlessly, whether on land or at sea. Our reliable postpaid plans keep your loved ones closer, no matter where life takes you.
From paradise to paradise, Bahamas Air invites you to embark on a seamless island journey from the sun-kissed coast of Nassau, the Bahamas, to the rhythmic shores of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Soar high above a turquoise tapestry on the most trusted airline in the Caribbean. Our inaugural flight takes wing on November 17th, 2024. Don't delay. Book your idyllic escape today.
Of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
You're looking at miles of pristine beaches on Long Island. Welcome back. The newly minted executive chairman of the Consumer Protection Commission sounding the alarm on unscrupulous business owners and the rights of and recourse for consumers. Devontae Hanna has the details.
The Consumer Protection Commission is investigating an increase in consumer complaints, which, according to newly minted Executive Chairman Senator the Honorable Randy Roll, is now pegged at 334 for the year.
While we have been very successful in resolving most matters, of the 334 figures this third quarter, 36 were referred to more appropriate agencies.
It's the highest to ever be recorded, according to Roll, who says the CPC is now collaborating efforts with other agencies to hold companies responsible and accountable.
Our data also shows a rise in complaints against local shipping companies, with 32 complaints followed by construction companies, food stores, utilities, and auto parts stores.
He says the CPC has already begun to visit couriers across the country in hopes of correcting the reported failures in their systems. This as he encouraged consumers to not be afraid to step forward in filing complaints.
The CPC has seen a rise in anonymous complaints this year, as well with 22 consumers opting to not file official complaints due to fear of backlash.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Well, the newest senator sworn in, Jan Michaela Major, taking the oath at Government House this afternoon. Doing the honors, Her Excellency the Most Honorable Dame Cynthia Pratt. Those in attendance included Major's family, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, members of his cabinet, and other government parliamentarians. The Prime Minister believes Senator Major, a partner at Higgs & Johnson, will be vital in the drive to grow the country's economy.
Knowledge of the maritime and aviation businesses has given her a deep well of expertise which will allow her to begin contributing right away. Her work on the boards of the Bahamas Maritime Authority and the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation has given her experience navigating complex issues. She's ready to create and drive policies which will help us modernize and expand the Bahamian economy. I'm so optimistic about our country's future because of Bahamians like Jan, one of our new generation of leaders who are ready to innovate and change what is possible for our country.
Now, Senator Major replaces Quinton Lightbourne, who resigned to join the board of directors at the Inter-American Development Bank in Washington. Thanking the Prime Minister, she pledged to serve all Bahamians.
I am here to work tirelessly for the people, to listen to their needs, and to advocate for solutions that bring about meaningful change. Public service to me is not about holding a title. It's about showing up for the people who entrust you with their hopes and dreams. I am committed to being a senator who remains grounded in the realities of everyday Bahamians, who understands their struggles and who fights for the opportunities that they deserve. This role is an honor, but it is also a responsibility. It is a commitment to serve with integrity, to act with compassion, and to strive for a future where every Bahamian, no matter their background, has the chance to thrive.
Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, alongside newly appointed Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation Chairman, Senator Darren Pickstock, setting fire today to the documents of what used to be BAIC's multi-million-dollar mortgage.
The elimination of BAIC's mortgage allows us to redirect resources to vital projects that will enhance food security, stimulate economic growth, and empower local entrepreneurs. Paying off our mortgage represents more than just a financial milestone. It signifies our commitment to the agricultural and industrial sectors of the Bahamas.
We are reminded of our responsibility to push boundaries, and I mean push boundaries. Embrace innovation and lead the charge to creating a more sustainable and prosperous Bahamas.
Well, it's no secret our beaches are some of the most beautiful in the world, but too often their beauty is being sandbagged by an ugly truth: garbage. Tonight, Corval Pyfrom reports on the appeal officials are making to beachgoers this holiday weekend.
With the threat of any impending weather system now behind us and ahead of us, the last summer-like holiday weekend of the year, beaches across the country are bound to be hotspots.
We're just appealing to the public to assist us in our endeavors to make our environment a much better place.
And so officials like Public Parks and Beaches Authority Executive Chairman Mikkel Bonnaby are appealing to beachgoers to help keep these public spaces clean. The authority has contracted a number of vendors who assist with the cleanup of these beaches, but just earlier this week, our cameras caught trash strewn across the popular Goodman's Bay Beach. Though most beach operators agree that was a rare sight because the beach is cleaned regularly, Bonnaby feels individual responsibility plays a vital role.
We want everyone to enjoy the beaches. In some countries, you have to pay to use the beaches. It's absolutely free. We're very keen on expanding the number of individuals that can use our beaches, and persons who come out to exercise, persons who come out just to seek tranquility. And so we want our beaches to remain clean.
Greater enforcement of rules at public beaches for both beachgoers and those operating businesses at those spaces could soon come into play. This could mean the introduction of beach wardens with possible authority to issue citations and fines. Barnaby says the goal here is to make these areas safe, enjoyable, and attractive to all.
If we're going to place vendors on the beach, that someone is going to be there to, quote in quotation marks, to police the terms and conditions of the contracts that allow those individuals to be on the beach.
These beaches belong to all of us. They are for all of us to enjoy, and each of us has a role to play in ensuring that they are kept clean, green, and yes, pristine. This weekend, be sure to put the trash where it belongs. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Python.
Well, some good advice there, Corvell. Stay with us. More news after the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
$10 deal. Available only at Marco Southwest, Prince Charles, Village Road, and Robinson Road. Mine. Let me see what it's about. I'll take 20 of those, please. Wait. You good? Yeah, bro. Marcos, get this new deal. Get yourself a large one-topping pizza for only $10. $10? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I need 30 of them $10 carry-out pizza deal, please.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long, yet the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Whether you're crossing borders or navigating busy airports, with BTC's reliable data roaming, you're always in touch. In a fast-paced world, staying connected is key. Don't miss important moments. Stay connected effortlessly with BTC, wherever your journey takes you.
Join us for Exuma Business Outlook, October 17th at Grand Isle Resort. Find out what is driving positive change for the future of Exuma. Keynote speaker MP for Exuma and Deputy Prime Minister I. Chester Cooper. Engage with panelists and presenters on better outcomes for the economy, business development, sustainable infrastructure, airports and airlift, technology, and more. Register today at tclevents.com.
Staying healthy isn't just about a visit to the doctor, but rather making daily choices that contribute to your overall well-being, as participants of Atlantis' Health and Wellness Fair found out today. Diane Dorset has more.
It's a full house at the Health and Wellness Fair at Atlantis, where staff are not only learning about the importance of eating right and staying active, but also getting hands-on experiences with health screenings. I've been speaking with event organizers and participants who share why events like this make all the difference.
Well, we want to make sure that we are promoting healthy employees, right? It's important that our employees manage healthier lifestyles. Healthier people are ordinarily a little bit more happier people. We want our team members to feel well while they're working and to engage not only our customers but also each other.
That was Aisha Neely, Executive Director of Health and Safety at Atlantis. From fitness to healthy eating, the fair aimed to engage all staff to make healthy choices and build lifelong habits. Rhonda Wright, founder of Seedlings Place, shared how small changes can lead to big improvements.
It could be as simple as increasing your intake of water. It could be as simple as including additional fruits every day, eating more vegetables. But when we hear that, it's kind of boring, and so that's where, again, I come in to help you to prepare it in interesting, exciting, easy, but delicious recipes that don't take a lot of time.
There were also interactive activities to give staff a better understanding of their health.
So I was really expecting, oh, you're anemic, you need to drink more vitamins, but everything was normal. My pressure was normal, my iron, surprisingly, it's regular. My cholesterol was a bit average. I was told I needed to step back on the shrimp, but I'll get over it, because someone like me, I wouldn't go to the doctor unless I'm very, very sick. Otherwise, I would take over-the-counter medication. So I feel this is a benefit for the staff here, like myself.
It's clear that the Health and Wellness Fair is more than just a day of activities. It's about giving people the knowledge and resources to live happier, healthier lives. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
And it's about that time to check in with LaDon and Marcellus, who's going to give us a sneak peek, as always, of Access Now. Guys?
Well, Kusla, have you ever heard of the pigment in the skin called vitiligo?
Vitiligo?
Oh, vitiligo? Yes, vitiligo. Yeah, that word. You've heard of it, Marcellus. Yeah, well, we have an expert in the house who's going to tell us what it's all about and what we can do to treat it, Marcellus.
All right, sounds good. Yeah.
All right, Kusla.
Some good stuff over there. Stay with us. Our feature story is up next.
On behalf of the entire flight crew and Western Air, we hope that you enjoyed your flight and we look forward to serving you in the near future.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Members of an often overlooked community crowned for their courage last weekend at a very special event put on in their honor. Daniel Dean has their story.
Organizer of the Mr. and Miss Wonderfully Made pageant, Sophia Wallace, said it warmed her heart to see members of the disabled community enjoy the event.
I decided this was something that's fun to bring to the Bahamas, but bring it more in an eventful and celebratory way. And so we still kept the pageant aspect and we crowned some persons from within the disabled community.
Gregory Cash doesn't want himself or others in the disabled community to be thought of as incapable of achieving great feats. He put these words into action when he, although diagnosed with cerebral palsy, completed his master's degree last year.
I think it was so amazing to see persons like me and other persons with various disabilities be able to be recognized, celebrated, and appreciated, because a lot of times many of persons with disabilities don't get to feel celebrated.
Also awarded, Nicole Johnson, who lost her left leg in 2023.
To be able to be a voice for those who cannot speak. I am new to the disability game, but I know that some persons vocally cannot or even physically be able to express and what our challenges are. Persons, even with the song with Stark Made, don't count us out. We are here, we are able to think, we are able to function, we want to be happy, we want to be fulfilled like everybody else.
The song Don't Count Me Out by Bahamian artist Stax, a crowd favorite at the event, was produced by Julian Wallace.
None like any I've done before. It took a bit of extra planning because we wanted to make sure we represent the disabled community in a way that, first of all, they felt comfortable with. It was really overwhelming to see not only them being represented on that big screen, but to also see my work on that big screen, and for such a worthy cause.
Kelton King, co-founder of event sponsor King's Group of Companies, says he hopes to see other companies sponsor similar events in hopes of getting this message across.
This function and this fundraiser opened up the gateway for the disabled community so that we can see that even though they may have a disability or they can't function as we do, they're just as vital and have a great impact to the community at large.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Great story, Danielle. And that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Skipping, jumping. Staff and students at Inagua All-Age School are never offbeat thanks to the school's Rhythm Down South Band. A 7-member group of young musicians who for the most part are self-taught say although they have varying professional ambitions, one goal they all share is to keep the group together.
I feel so we should stick together. We go far, travel from the islands, we can speak, because that's what we love to do.
I want to go to college, study electrical. Hopefully keep the band together, learn more instruments, more than piano.
My being in the music industry, if I want to pursue that when I come out of school, yes, and hopefully keep the band together, because what I really, really want to do when I come out of school is go to BTBI and study computer and electrical studies and on the side music.
And meanwhile, the school's principal, Amapola Hanchels, making it clear that Inagua All-Age is not short on other enrichment and extracurricular activities.
We have the Governor General Youth Award, spearheaded by Ms. Ramon Murphy. We have the Maritime Cadet Corps, spearheaded by Ms. Francis. We have the Brownies Girls Sunflowers Girls Guide that is spearheaded by the primary school. Then we have new coming on is the Teachers Cadet Program spearheaded by Ms. Gator.
I'm Adama Williams for Ed Talk.
A medical success expresses gratitude in her own words. That story straight ahead.
Today we remember our colleague, mentor, and friend, Darrell Miller. Stay close for that.
Milton has barreled out of the area. Good riddance.
And coming up in sports, we're going to Bryland for regatta.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
And good evening, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall.
And I'm LaDawn Davis. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
Well, LaDawn, it seems as if Hurricane Milton is out of the area, leaving a trail of destruction in Florida.
Yes, Marcellus, my heart goes out to everyone whose lives were affected by Hurricane Milton.
Indeed. Let's dive right into the news, shall we?
In a heartfelt update, Ajita Wallace-Pinder tells us of her story. She recently made headlines as her family and friends initiated a petition advocating for the medical support of their beloved. West Calix Forbes shares her story.
In good spirits and in good health, veterinarian physician Ajita Wallace-Pinder is overwhelmingly grateful for all the support she's received since being diagnosed with heart failure.
I would like to express my deepest gratitude to my fellow Bahamians and non-Bahamians alike for your generous support of financial donations, blood donations, and as well as an abundance of prayers. All of these things, along with life-saving efforts of multiple medical teams, through the grace of God, has allowed me to survive this critical period in my life. I have battled illness for more than half of my life, And it's thanks to you that I am able to carry on fighting.
For someone who has dealt with heart issues for many years, Dr. Wallace describes it as unique, branding her recent surgery as a success. She basically thought she was going to sleep only to wake up 3 weeks later.
The medical team there were excellent. They were working around the clock. I was in the ICU the entire time that I was there, except for 2 days at the end. And they got me back up and running very quickly. Initially, I was attached to the ventilator through via a tracheostomy tube. So I have the scars from that right here. They were able to wean me off the ventilator with some difficulty. I ended up having a pneumonia at that time.
As Dr. Wallace Pender recovers, her advocacy remains a beacon of hope for patients navigating the complexities of heart health. While these initial procedures have shown positive results, Dr. Wallace Pender has yet received her much-needed heart transplant.
But the next step will be a heart transplant, and that next step we are obviously hoping for, planning for, and looking forward to her full recovery.
The veterinarian physician remains optimistic and committed to recovery. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix-Forbes.
Well, tributes continue to pour in for veteran broadcaster Darrell Miller, who died suddenly at his home off of Minnie Street on Sunday, October 6th. Today, his friends over at the popular Divine Cafe paying tribute to the man they say had a heart of gold and a love for some good old Bahamian food. LaDon stopped by to see them.
I gone to Divine Cafe, Okra Soup Day.
His strong national appeal for thousands of patrons to meet him at his favorite lunchtime spot, Divine Cafe on Mackey Street, immediately after signing off from his daily talk show, Immediate Response and later Darrell Miller Live, is one his audience will never forget. Just a few days after his sudden death, the chair he sat in was draped with royal blue and gold ribbons. A picture with his infectious smile that lit up the room and a bowl of okra soup was later placed in front of the spot to mark the time Darrell would pop into the restaurant to consume his favorite dish. Divine Cafe owner Kim Butterfield reminisced on her interactions and the long-standing friendship she shared with the fallen broadcast legend.
He loved Divine Cafe because the love we showed him, the care we showed him, and he loved the food. The down-home okra soup. It reminded him of his mother okra soup.
Frequent patron George Barr Jr. sat next to Darrell when he visited the cafe for a nice down-home meal occasionally, while Beverly Rice flew all the way from Chicago, Illinois, to finally get a taste of the sauce and pea soup she says came highly recommended.
I had a bit down here, but I got to know of this place through Darrell Miller Live when he talks about meet me at Divine Cafe on Mackey Street. So one day I decided to take up the challenge, and I happened to come and met him here.
A friend of his recommended the place, who's a very good friend of mine, and she says the food was excellent, and it's ironic that everybody that visited me, which was about 4 or 5 people, knew of him, and spoke very highly about him. So, yeah, I had to come.
Darrell Miller, the cutter, Mr. Provocative, a man for the people, a broadcast giant, was 69.
Well, still to come, we have a dermatologist in the house who's going to tell us all about a common skin disease. We're back after this break. Stay close.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
David Malis vividly remembers fishing as some of his earliest experiences.
My family is deeply into it. My ancestral heritage is from Greece, and the island that I'm from were sponge divers and fishermen. And so it's in my genetics.
Melis has been fishing for some 30 years, and he says he can't imagine doing anything else. In fact, he has tried other professions, from managing a restaurant to construction, but he says nothing compares to being out on the open water and getting paid for it.
I've been out on the water for many years just for fun, for the hopes of catching enough fish to make a little money. The most rewarding part is having someone recognize that my skills are valuable and that they want to pay for it. That's been the most rewarding thing so far.
He adds that he hopes that more youth will become interested in the industry.
It's hard to find young people with not only fishing skill, but the skill to take care of and entertain and educate people. So if there's something that I can do moving forward to improve that for kids coming out of high school, I would love to be part of it.
And for those who may be interested in getting into the industry, Captain Marcus Perotti, another fisher with a passion for his craft, gives this advice.
You don't come in as if it's a job. You know, come in because you want to do it, you want to learn about it. It's not about making money. Obviously, it is about making money, but at the same time, it's about, you know, showing what we offer here in the Bahamas and making sure that those guests that you take out enjoy their time out with you, and when they leave the boat, they want to come back and go out with you again.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with a variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
And there's a look at Columbus Monument in Long Island. Nice shot. Well, let's go on down to Bryland and see what Charles Fisher and the Total Sports team are up to.
Family Island News is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.
Well, our Charles Fisher is live in Bryland for Regatta. That's right. The latest over there, Charles. What's up?
Sellers, you want to know what's going on in Bryland? You know the saying. Let me hear you say it. Bryland sweet hay. And you're looking at some good scrumptious food prepared here by Monique Bethel. Monique, what's on that plate?
Okay, scrumptious, that's gizzard and neck. That's some fried gizzard and neck along with some homemade fries.
You also tell me you have some good crawfish.
I could tell you I got some good grilled conch, some good grilled fish, some good grilled gizzard and neck. All of those come with some cassava, sweet potato, and plan. Island style, Bryland sweet, eh?
I know you guys there in the studio, your mouths are watering, your bellies are tumbling. But let me tell you what else is happening out here in Harbor Island. And we're going to go over here. Man, I've never seen conch this big since I've been diving back in Auckland in 2020. What's up, Molly?
Everything cool. How are you guys doing?
Tell us what we're preparing here. The best scrumptious conch salad on the island.
Well, this is what we do here at the King Conch Shack. We make any salad you like. Tropicals, regulars, scotch. We do whatever.
me see what you get here. You get this sharp knife and you just chop that up just like that. I'm not good at this, but let me let Molly do the job. Boy, your fingers are working here. Boy, LaDawn and Marcellus, I know you're saying, I wish I was in Bryland. You folks there and watching on TV land, Bryland is the place to be, and like they say, Bryland sweet, hey, look at that, look at all that come. Molly, this is what you're doing, also all different kinds of conch salad this week.
All different type of conch salads we do well. So just check us out. Come and join us tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, every other day. We here for the rest of the week.
Well, I'm here for the rest of the week here in Harbor Island. The North Eleuthera Regatta is no place I'd rather be. And once again, Marcellus, I'm going to say, Bryland sweet, hey.
Hey, you had me going until you get to that gizzard pot. I on that run. Anyway, that's wait. We're going to hear a lot more from Fisher all week. Coming up starting tomorrow. Let's turn things over now to LaDawn, who is live in studio with Dr. Rashika Claire Klein-Busnick. I hope I got that right. LaDawn?
Thanks, Marcellus. Many Bahamians are walking around with a patchy loss of skin color that usually appears on their hands, their face, and other areas of their body. No, it's not albino, but it could be something called vitiligo. Joining us live in studio tonight to give us more insight on this skin disorder and how it affects the skin is dermatologist Dr. Rakisha Claire. I'm not even going to say your last name. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Claire, talk to us a little bit about what is vitiligo.
So vitiligo is an autoimmune condition, and what it essentially does is your body sees your own pigment cells as not yours, so it attacks it. Just like it would attack your immune system, it attacks your skin pigment, and it can go in different parts of the body. So it may not start all over, but you may notice little patches. And there are like 3,000 different kinds of skin conditions, and all whites could look the same. So you have to have that eye, because you can have white that's light white, bright white, white with pink, ivory white, white that's kind of what we call atrophic or thin, white that tends to look thick, right? So it just depends on the type. And there are many parts of the body can be found. It can either be focal, as in just certain pinpoint areas, which we call lip and tips, where you would see it around the mouth, the hands, the feet, maybe around the wrist, right? We have them where it follows one area, so it's asymmetrical, as in one part of the body, or it could be symmetrical, both sides of the body, okay? And usually it doesn't start off as a bright white spot. It may just appear as you look kind of bright in that area, a little bit of brown, but it's tan, and then eventually your pigment just is eaten away by your own immune system.
And is this hereditary?
Less than like 30% of it can be hereditary, but a lot of it can be caused just because. And there's several theories, according to journals and texts, looking at autoimmune diseases, as in thyroid disease, persons with diabetes type 1, sometimes rheumatoid arthritis, that can be a cause. We have self-destructive cause, where your melanocytes just say, hey, I just had enough of you today, and we're gonna get you and destroy you. And then there's a neurogenic, where it's involved with the nerve endings that can cause and trigger your own melanocytes to destroy itself.
So what's the difference between albino and vitiligo?
So vitiligo has to do with, there's no pigment, minimal pigment is not really doing anything. Albinism, a person can actually be born with some albinism, and you get more involvement of not just the skin, you get your eyes and the sclera and the hair, and just everything tends to look, you know, different. There's kind of like a different bit of an etiology there for why we have one versus the other.
Some very vital information there, Dr. Claire. Thank you so much for joining us on the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, and all the best to you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Don't go anywhere. Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus.
And coming up in sports for tonight, team manager for the Bahamas national baseball team looking forward to big things. Details ahead in sports.
The Whopper with cheese never tasted so good. 100% flame grilled beef, now juicier. With fresh ingredients as usual. And even fluffier buns. The Whopper with cheese. Bigger, better, tastier. Get a regular combo for only $9. Only at Burger King Nassau.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bohemian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Sean, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Office, Halloween, and huge savings? That's October at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.15. Western corn oil, 48 ounce, $6.99. Mott's apple juice, 64 ounce, $5.29. Sweet watermelons, $5.99 each. Whole chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Case price, $54.99. Before October is over, shop and save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
What are we gonna do? We forgot your daddy's birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right.
Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall, the national sport, leading things off for us tonight, as apparently all systems are still go for the upcoming North Eleuthera Harbor Island Regatta. That's set to take place this weekend. Javon Roll is the chairman of the North Eleuthera Regatta Committee, and he tells us exactly what's expected.
As you can see, it's very hot right now. The sun is shining, and this is how we are looking in the midst of Milton. So for those who are concerned about how the weather is going to be, there's nothing wrong with a little showers. That's all we expect. Beyond that, you're going to be sweating because it's going to be very humid. So when you come over, please bring your straw hat. Please come with your beach gear. Harbor Island is home of the friendly people, as you know, but of course, we're home of the pink sand. So you're going to have a lot of time to spend on the beach once you get here. Everything is all steams ahead. The storm is expected to be out of here by the time as we start. We expect it to be clear skies around the time. We may have a little bit of choppy waters, but sailors have said that's what they prefer to sail in. What is new this year, we are opening up 2 sites. We have the site over at the mainland because it is North Eleuthera Regatta Association. So we have sailing starting on the mainland, that's new. And we also have a whole lot of festivities over there. And that's specifically to make sure that the idea is North Eleuthera. We not only want to have things here in Harbor Island, we want to make sure it's spread throughout the district.
And as promised, we give you more from the Caribbean Baseball Cup Tournament press conference held yesterday. Coaching staff for our national team announced at that time with Jerron Sands of ILE Baseball Academy named as team manager. He's looking forward to the challenge.
I want to assure everybody that the best island will be out there representing the 242, October 22nd. As a coaching staff, we're going to do what we have to do, put our best foot forward to make sure that the guys are prepared, make sure we're ready to go, so then we can showcase and show the world, continue to show the world that the Bahamas is up and coming.
And that's it, your check on sports for you here on this Thursday. Of course, our Thursday weather just ahead. Stick with us.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales at CBS Bahamas and the CBS Pro Store. Not only do we guarantee the best prices on all your favorite building materials, we're proud to offer the best delivery program in all of Nassau. Whether you buy one box of screws or a truckload of plywood, island-wide delivery is just $5. And for our Family Island customers, we're proud to offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. Visit us today at the CBS Pro Store on Robinson Road and check out our website to set up your next delivery.
I've been shopping JBI Healthy Choice Coconut Milk for years.
And I've been using the JBI jerk seasoning for quite some time now, maybe about 4 years.
And whenever I get my JBI jasmine rice, I love to pair it with the JBI kidney beans. I've been using JBI kidney bean with coconut milk for about 10 years.
I enjoy using the JBI product. I love the green pigeon peas, especially on a Sunday when I have to cook that family meal. I've been using it now for a few years. My family love it, and we all enjoy it.
I normally make my own jerk, but this is the next best thing.
Try JBI.
And I want to wish you a happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, JBI.
Thank you, Bahamas.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast and our live weather radar showing one of those outer bands from Milton stretching across the central Bahamas, and that's providing pockets of showers and thunderstorms. At 5 o'clock, Milton was 220 miles northeast of Abaco, racing towards the east at 21 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds around 70 miles per hour. But we do anticipate some weakening over the next couple of days. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern parts of our country through Friday, the winds are going to be south to southwest, 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet with caution flags remaining in place. Low tide takes place at 8:29 tonight. You can expect another low tide at 8:20 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern parts of our country, the winds southwest to west, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, also maintaining caution flags there. And as we take you into Saturday in the northwestern isles, those winds become northeast, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. The low tide on Saturday, 9:30 in the morning, with the high tide at 3:57 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands,
A zonal flow, that is winds blowing out of the east at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Come on! Hey, stand on the 339, you know. Watch this! I had this situation that yuck up my fixation, but just listen, there's a why. I was messing with this something, but she was somebody something. She wants to be on the side. Run up that stop, I know the truth. I didn't want to get to no dispute. I break it.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather forecast.
All right, well, thanks, Basil. Florida certainly endured Hurricanes Helene and Milton. So sad, and we're happy, though, that we were spared here in the Bahamas.
And no better way to celebrate Marcellus than with Let's Talk Socials. Here's Matea Cunningham with that.
Happy Thursday, folks. And a great man once said, you can have anything you want in life if you dress for it. Today, we cover breast cancer awareness apparel and how Bahamian clothing brands have not only sat at the table, but ate. We're diving into 3 brands who Bahamians are flocking to for their breast cancer awareness apparel. Can you guess them? If you guessed Bahari, YNG, and Cultured Clothing Co., you guessed correctly. Now, we know in celebration or commemoration of something important, Bahamians are the first to put it on a t-shirt. Funeral, t-shirt. Birthday, t-shirt. Graduation, t-shirt. Wedding, t-shirt. Cookout, t-shirt. But the Bahamian fashion scene, honey, that's a scene we are for sure dominating. The most well-known influencers and faces can be seen in what I call the not-so-average breast cancer awareness shirt. Take a look at some of these brands' promo videos. Next level, right? Soon enough, we'll have no need to make businesses like Shein, Fashion Nova, and Zara rich. Bahamian fashion designers are killing the game. And now we can represent those who are fighting and have fought against breast cancer in style. Vote in our digital polls today. Are you buying locally or internationally for your breast cancer awareness apparel? I'm Matea Cunningham, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
All right, thanks a lot, Matea LaDon. Just before we get out of here, I got to say a special shout out to Nadine Aubrey Charlton, who has said she enjoys our show so much. She misses, she does not miss it any single night. So thank you for supporting. We appreciate you. That's going to be a wrap for us tonight, though.
Yes, that does it for Access Now. See you right back here tomorrow night at 7:30, Marcellus.
Be right here.
Have a great evening, everybody.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
We're moving into the peak